Why hello there, fellow tailors. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Lycan Legion. Episode 66, Standard Attire. I'm getting tired of Darius not building this final wall and shelf, so I'm gonna intervene. Or shelves, I should say. This is a storeroom for slave clothing. It's bigger than it needs to be, but whatever. And then a storeroom for colonist clothing. The other thing that occurred to me is the differentiation of hats. So in order to keep well, I might not worry too much about keeping slaves warm in the winter. I think for my colonists, they can have toques and shade cones. And then for my slaves, maybe no headwear? Or like... Looking at the list, I don't see anything that really like calls out to me of stuff that they should wear. Besides a collar. So maybe I don't really care about their headwear. Maybe we make them headwearless. The reason being, I don't want the slaves and the colonists to wear the same headwear, so they're not necessarily competing for the same headwear, so that I don't have to dye their headwear different colors depending on if they swap or not. I could put them in like... in like head wraps or hoods or something permanently. Flop hats? Maybe flop hats. What is the temperature? So flop hats will protect from cold. I don't usually have... It's only heat waves that I really have to worry about, so maybe that's what I'll do. Is all slaves will be in flop hats. And then flop hats, collars, tribal wear, and straps. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Because heat waves are far less of a concern. We have real winters, but we don't have bad summers. So quest expires. I wasn't going to do that one. Vulcanalia in 12 hours. Definitely going to do that then. So this is going to be critical. Slave collar. So slave collars and it's going to be non-tainted and all three of them because they don't stack like that. And then this will be for straps. Same deal, non-tainted. And I think what I'll do is I'll have this be 90 plus. I'll have these be like, or even 95 plus. They'll be the fresh collars and straps. So that we'll keep fresh collars and like 3 collars, 3 straps, 3 flops, 3 tribal wear. For everyone. And then we'll do the same for the colonists' garbs. So we really didn't do this. We didn't have this kind of set up until now. So tribal wear. There it goes. And flop. Non-tainted. Recently made. All right. I'm going to want to get some of the flop hats made first before rolling this out. So, flop hats up to 3. Made of wool, so they stay warm, because we have a pretty good supply of wool. Do until we have 3 of 95 plus, only allowed ingredients. Made by Elba. Take to best stockpile. Best stockpile should be fun. Then we'll do the straps. 3, 95 plus, only allowed ingredients. The allowed ingredients is heavy fur or pigskin or blue fur. Actually, I'll do heavy fur and blue fur. Same with the collars. Iron collars with blue fur or heavy fur. Only allowed ingredients. And then travel wear. Alright, that's the bills. Then once we have the flop caps made, I'll switch over the garb so that they're wearing them appropriately. There might be a special exception made for Cath. If, I think the tribal headdresses have social interaction impact, which might be a special exception for Cath because Cath entertains guests. But that would be a forced wear type thing. I wouldn't make a shelf for it. Because it's a one-off. Oh, Lolaporskin. You're like 50,000th cousin. Every time I check, Lolapor has another family member. It's getting ridiculous. Alright, Darius, you want to do a convert on the Impid? Because I wouldn't mind more fire breathers to deal with the corpses. I feel like I didn't just hit convert, though. I'm confused. You can fail at regular conversions? I wasn't aware. Alright, phone. I think you can rotate back to your normal routine. We have the flop caps now. Slave attire, let's edit. So no tainted apparel. They have tribal straps, collars, and now flop hats. So there's going to be a massive amount of them taking their hats off and putting it somewhere. Why was Deus eating simple meal in the slave quarters? Because I can't tell them not to. The game doesn't have controls for that. Dining tables aren't assigned to a there isn't assignments like that. Bathrooms can be assigned, beds can be assigned, but not tables. And simple meals are still allowed for our citizens, in case there aren't enough grills to go around. So it's just a function of game limitations. No, the meal isn't wrong. The correct meal. Oh, this is the first time I've ever seen it fill up. 8,000. So in the morning we will... You know what? Actually, Falconer probably looks better in the middle of the night. So let's do that. Burn the effigy in the middle of the night. Yeah, if I try to assign the tables with zones, then the problem becomes slaves have to clean the tables of non-slaves, but then they're allowed access to the tables of non-slaves, which then allows them to eat on the tables of non-slaves. So trying to do it in zoning doesn't really work functionally either, because then who cleans up the, you know, so it's like if the Western Villa slaves here weren't allowed access to the tables, well then inevitably the tables and the chairs will become filthy. And if the tables and chairs become filthy, well, the senators themselves aren't ever going to clean them. So it's just not even worth trying to do, because it's a rabbit hole of, you know, ridiculousness, I think, at that point. And yeah, it was a fun Vulcanalia. So we got a little bit of a mood boost. It's kind of nice. This is a private bathroom? That's news to me. The flop hats look a little goofy, but not sharing the same headwear is going to have a lot of benefits for clothing dyeing and the like. A lot of the new villas, wouldn't say done, but it's made great strides. Doris, you have tattered apparel. It is your shirt. Yep. And the other thing I can do down here in the clothing that we sell is reduce it so that it's only clothing that is not perfect. So that way we're not selling like freshly tailored and clothing. Cerise, you can spew fire. Perfect. I didn't incorporate a fire break yet. But I'll do one for next time. So the next thing I wanted to do is the colonist standard garb. I'm going to break down some of these shelves and replace them with the single shelves, and kind of do the same thing. Now that we're having a ever-growing population, I need to be able to, like, clothe and feed people as efficiently as possible. Otherwise, I'm just going to be tied up in micromanagement forever and not getting anything done. So that was why I was making this big push. Just to make my life a little bit easier. I might need a dedicated cleaner looking around. Atlu, you just lost an arm, so maybe you'll be my cleaner, because a one-armed hauler can only haul half of the stuff that I would want you to haul. But one-armed cleaner? Yeah, that's no problem. Not really. Kath, with a flop hat, you kind of look like a Smurf. I'm tempted to call you Papa Smurf. I won't, but it is tempting. Can citizens have Devil Strand clothing for better protection? They have Thrumbo, so Devil Strand would be a downgrade. A lot of them have Thrumbo. Not all of them. But Thrumbo was kind of the standard for a while. So, yeah. Scipia, for instance, is in Devil Strand, Thrumbo, Devil Strand, Thrumbo. So, yeah. Already doing it. If you pick someone random, they're probably something like, let's look at this. Devil Strand, Thrumbo, Bearskin, Thrumbo. Yeah. Proof's in the pudding is already there. We're already in pretty good attire. It wouldn't be a terrible idea to roll out another Devil Strand farm. One of the advantages of a Devil Strand farm over regular farms is it doesn't require a lot of maintenance because you plant Devil Strand once and then it's kind of a set and forget. So, like, a spot like this would be good for Devil Strand because it's kind of far away from where people work, but you only have to work there once a year-ish. Whereas, like, other farms, like rice, you have to be there constantly, so the commute time's a lot higher. So moving Devil Strand from our core farm that's in the middle of the colony to satellite farms might make sense. It's just right now we're building the villa and not another farm. But I do think once we start increasing our population beyond what it is now, we're going to need more farmland than what we currently have. So a satellite farm. Oh, rip, there goes our hay. But a satellite farm will make sense in that case. It's funny how I can, like, home zone beyond the map's edge, but I can't build beyond the map's edge. It's like, you can own it, but you can't do anything with it. Thanks, HOA, RimWorld. I'm just kidding. Makes sense, but I find it funny. Unfortunately, hay is exceptionally flammable. I don't think it's actually exceptionally... Yeah, it's not as flammable in its unbuilt form than it is on its floor form. The straw flooring is even more flammable than hay is. Oh no, it's the same. I thought it used to be 200%, not 150. But yeah. Knowing that we're heading into a winter, I'd rather not my supply of animal feed to be burned up. So, having them go fight the fire makes sense. At least this once. Well, Operation Flop Caps is almost done. We only need one more for Del Pierre. Del Pierre, do you have a beard? How do you have a beard? I guess I failed at you grew a beard somehow. I'm pretty sure I chopped it off at some point, but maybe I imagined that? There's not enough fuel for that fire. I don't see that your beard is getting removed when I do this. If I have to chop off your head to remove your beard... Oh no, there it goes. Can't I farm Devil Strand in the animal pens? It's one of these situations where it's not my voted priority, so I'm just not going to be doing it. I think it is the TLDR. I work on what is voted or what is determined by me, and if it isn't, I don't care. We don't really have a shortage of clothing at the moment. We also don't have a shortage of Thrumbo fur. I have how much Thrumbo fur do I have? 350 of it? So it's like, it's not an issue. Also, our meleeers don't even use... Their defenses aren't primarily cloth-based. It's steel-based. So, I don't need to really worry about that either. Finally. Capes. So, here, let's do shirts, pants, and then capes. So this will be button-down shirt, And then we'll go to the button-down shirt bill. This button-down shirt will be made of bearskin, thrumbo fur, heavy fur, devil strand. Only allowed ingredients up to 95. Armor shirt? Oh, yeah, armor shirt. Armor pants. So armor pant, it's just what I called it for saying that it's like higher quality materials. So bearskin, heavy fur. Oh, Panthera is probably fine too. Thrumbo, Rhino, Devil Strand. So I'll add Thrumbo and Rhino, or Panthera and Rhino to the other one. I think it's probably high enough quality materials that it will be protective. I guess I need to do the tainted for this stuff. Not that I think perfectly intact tainted stuff ever really technically exists. Because if it's tainted, they died in it, and if they died in it, it got ruined, but whatever. So here's the capes. Same deal there. Go until we have 3. Make them out of bearskin, Panthera, Rhino, Thrumbo, Devil Strand. 95 plus. Go back to the shirts and add Rhino and Panthera to it. Cape stockpile is all set. Toque. And these toques will be made of wool. And shade cones. I can also add like sashes or other things too. But yeah, I think this is fine. So shade cones, 95 plus. Oop, wrong bench. And then shade cones made out of Panthera fur or camel hide. Okay. It's a lot of work. But I think that will resolve some of our shortages of spare clothing and the like. Let me just double check. So Panthera fur, heat, insulation is high. Yeah, okay. Cool. Well, that's nice. Finally getting that sorted. We're back to coring up marble so that we can continue the villa, because it's still in flux. How close are we to the new slaves? That's not the slave quarter. Quite. We don't need too much more convincing. That's good. And the corpses, all but one, are gone. That worked out great. think I'm going to set up 2 zones here. So I'm going to load it from the back. Corpse Cave, I'm just going to call this 0. So this is going to be preferred. And this is so that the fire is more likely to spread better. This would be 2. So it's loaded in the back and then it spreads up forward. And also the advantage of that is the chances that you get long route lower if you load it from the back. So it's preferred, normal, low. A little extra micromanagement, or a little extra setup, but ultimately I think it will help a lot when it comes time to setting it all up. And also, I'm going to concrete it up, or steel it up. It's a little bit of extra steel usage for the concrete, but it allows us to move around a little bit faster. And likewise, I could even skylight it, potentially. Doesn't have the... Oh, it's an overhead mountain roof. Yeah, that's right. I'll put 2 skylights in there to assist with movement speed. Because the quicker we move in and out, and the less we have to walk on top of, you know, corpses, the less of the sickness risk there will be. Trustin! Happy subiversary! Cheers, dude! Welcome. Wouldn't putting doors help it make a furnace when it's burning? No. No, I mean, it would make the room hot. The trouble is, then you would have to restrict access to it every time you were doing a corpse burning so that people wouldn't try to haul corpses in there and then set themselves on fire and die. By keeping it open, the room doesn't get superheated and it won't kill anyone. I'm more concerned with no one dying in the process than I am with making sure all the corpses catch fire, I guess, if I had to weigh the two. Because pawns are stupid, and they will willingly enter 1,000 Celsius room with no hesitation. Oh, we need meat. Let's do a group hunt. This is going to be so much less of an issue once Talalanist is influenced. I cannot wait. With the amount of corpses we produce, should there be a path to the furnace? I mean, probably. I already have packed dirt. I guess I'll just pack more dirt. I hope it's not the whole herd that gets pissed. Sippy is the only one with a great bow. She's like mortally wounding them all, but not actually hunting any specific individual. Come on. What's going on? Why aren't they firing? Given how often they... Why are you all holding fire? I have to, like, tell them... Oh, because there's 2 different icons. Man, that's really annoying. Oh, whatever. That's enough hunt for now. Oh, that looks so much cleaner. That'll be easy to manage. Actually, on this back tile, I'm going to double up the walls, just so that if there's sappers here, that's probably more expensive than it needs to be. There. A properly dedicated room now. How's this look? Oh, God. Yeah. We definitely have the clothing stored. So we're waiting on, what is this last shelf? The shade cones? So we don't have shade cones, and is that... Why isn't it being counted here, though? What is the disconnect? Is it a loud ingredients thing? Any quality, 95 plus. Look everywhere. What is happening? So let's take a look. No, it's not. There's no such thing as armored pants is the name of the bill. This is just make pants. I could... Here, so it's less confusing, it's now make pants. The count equipped is actually the opposite of what we want. So 95. So, alright, how many shirts do I have here? I've got a 95 shirt, good, a 98 shirt, excellent, and a 100% shirt, normal. So I have 3 shirts that fulfill the requirement. Oh, they're made of blue fur. Oh, I see. They're the wrong material. Okay, so it is counting correctly. It's just we have some older clothing that's made of blue fur. I think, if that's the case, I want to bring a whole bunch of the wrong clothing and dump it. So Ray, I'm going to have you make a bit of a trip here. Just so that we have a cleaner stockpile. So you are going to bring some pemmican. And let's go through and get rid of everything we don't want now. Let's, like, clean up. The cloth toques can go. Flop hats can stay. Those are too damaged. I'm not really doing anything with the armor yet. And anything anyone doesn't want to buy, we're just going to toss. So, like, this cape and that cape fulfill the requirements. These body straps are tattered. I don't think that travelwear is a loud material. That shirt's destroyed. That shirt's fine. That shirt's wrong material. This is destroyed. That's correct. I don't use parkas. That's damaged. That's not even anything that we want. And then shields. Alright, and I'll bring some silver with me to market. Alright, we are doing a big cleanup here, I think. Yeah. Also take 3,000 biosolids. If that's the case, I think what I'll do is I'm going to add a bunch more people to help pack, but then remove them from the caravan so that we pack reasonably fast. Because there's just so much stuff that I'm packing up in this caravan. And once this caravan's out, I will, that will be a good close to the stream, having sort of fixed our organization problems. Although I'm a little worried that the people themselves... Well, I can have them removed from... I'll have them leave and then come back. Because they put stuff in their own inventories, which is not correct. So much tidying up. Certainly looks nicer. And the slaves are like none the wiser. The slave to colonist ratio for a very brief moment is going to be like way off. So this interval will be wild, but only briefly. All right, come on, we're packed. Let's go. And the villa's, I don't know, about half done-ish. Not including furniture and the like. What are we waiting on? What are we waiting on? Caravan to load. A fine grill. Yeah, you can just go. You really need me to grill up some more food? Caravanning has never been the strong suit of RimWorld. Seriously. That grill, I'm sure, has rotted. Please, just leave. Here, just load 6. I don't... Just stop. You're hurting me. No, it doesn't exist anymore. Stop trying to load that. I wish there was like a dev mode button of just like, get the hell out. You know? Because I'm stuck in like this stupid endless limbo now. Of they're trying to load a fine grill. Is it in lane? Like what is... And they just won't go. Turn on God mode? Alright. Can't I delete it from the caravan? No? Where is Milo? Animal is busy. That's part of the problem. Because there is this, like, form caravan dev God mode exit, but I don't think I can shove them out with dev mode. Is that what they were waiting for? To load nothing. So get going? I think there was like a fine meal that they wanted to drop. I'm not even sure. Everybody that's going on caravan, wake up, please, and leave. I don't see that we're waiting on anything. To load nothing. Everybody's ready. Bevo, wake up. Alright. I am pulling the emergency button here. There. You're all awake now. Now get going. Alright, the horses are awake. Okay, yeah, they're moving now. I'll fix the scheduling later. The horses sleep when I want them to sleep. Maxis, do you have, You get to be removed from caravan. You are the weakest link, so stay behind. Oops, Larry, or Milo rather. That's not your schedule. Alright, they're out. Sorta. But now, the Taylor queue matches the storage correctly. Because we just had incorrect materials before, so that's been fixed. Split. I think Ray was the one that was going to go, so I'm going to send everyone else home. It's funny, it's Scipius Caravan that's just Ray. Well, that was overly complicated, but we are officially tidied up at home. New clothing bills that make a bit more sense. And Ray heading into town with all of our junk. Most of it, I suspect, will not be purchased. But that's fine. So Ray, you are going to get the all foods. And this, I think, is a very fine place to stop, now that that has been resolved. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Lycan Legion, which originally streamed live on Twitch, November 17th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. A special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Lycan Legionnaires.